Kaya has been apparently at this point in time in this stream has been here for 4 hours just laying there. So Kaya might be thirsty. Kaya might be hungry. Kaya might have to take a fat doggy dump. Kaya wants to get off this mat. Now, to every person who exists on planet Earth who is not HASAN Piker, there is literally no reason why this dog should be prohibited from getting off this mat and going to take a fat doggy dookie, okay? So, but to HASAN Piker, a Turk roach monster, there is a serious issue here. So as soon as the dog gets up, he sees it in its in the webcam on his computer, and becomes irate. The dog thinks about stepping off the mat, puts one little doggy paw down, and without even looking back, starts berating the animal. Now, the dog hears that Master HASAN, the Turk roach, is angry with it and begins to get back into bed because he knows that he's about to be shocked. But then you see that it jumps. And this could only come from being shocked. This, like, quick, you can see it, like, react to having voltage run through it because it, like, has a physical reaction to the shock and then immediately, like, sits down as quickly as possible. Found out. So I am going to do an unironic trigger warning here, okay? We will be talking about potential animal abuse. It's not graphic. It's just really frustrating. But some people are extremely sensitive to that, and I understand that. So when you stop seeing the Turk roach, the animal abuse segment is over. But I know some people are very, very, very sensitive to such topics. So I'm just letting you know right now. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's the original inciting incident. Let's see it.
I hate this country so much. You can be on a mountain in the middle of Norway and get better internet than Los Angeles, California. And this is just like a moment of anger. This is a moment of anger for like something that is just so routine, so silly, such a first world problem. But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just... You're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
Okay. So, several things to break down here, chat. First of all is just this part. Like, this alone is, like, weird to me.
But it is emblematic. This is a first world problem.
So if you're only listening, let me lay it out. You've probably seen HASAN Piker's room. He has like this collection of knickknacks and like man-child shit in the background. There's a weird picture of Obama and the Queen that has now died that for some reason he always keeps back there. A bunch of Palestine shit, a samurai sword that the Jew fears that has swastikas on it. Then there's also a little mat with a dog. It's like a Burmese mountain dog or some shit. I don't know exactly what breed of dog that is. If you're a dog expert, please tell me what breed of dog that is. It's a big fluffy dog with a kind of a loose skin that those big dogs have. But she's sleeping there. Her name is Kaya, and she's just napping. Apparently, this dog is always there, according to people that watch HASAN.
But it is emblematic.
Kaya has been, apparently at this point in time in this stream, has been here for 4 hours just laying there. So Kaya might be thirsty. Kaya might be hungry. Kaya might have to take a fat doggy dump. Kaya wants to get off this mat. Now, to every person who exists on planet Earth who is not HASAN Piker, there is literally no reason why this dog should be prohibited from getting off this mat and going to take a fat doggy dookie, okay? So, but to HASAN Piker, a Turk roach monster, there is a serious issue here. So as soon as the dog gets up, he sees it in in the webcam on his computer, and becomes irate. The dog thinks about stepping off the mat, puts one little doggy paw down, and without even looking back, starts berating the animal. Now, the dog hears that Master Hasan, the Turk roach, is angry with it and begins to get back into bed because he knows that he's about to be shocked. But then you see that it jumps. And this could only come from being shocked. This, like, you can see it, like, react to having voltage run through it because it, like, has a physical reaction to the shock and then immediately, like, sits down as quickly as possible. However, Hasan was not expecting the dog to yelp. I imagine it doesn't always do that. But it does. So he has to act like, whoa, the dog's being a baby and yelping because I said sit down. What the, chat? What the? But very clearly what happened is that Hasan was just in a fit of rage, thinking about America, as he does, because he's a Turk roach. He's an ethnic Turk, so he'll never, ever, ever assimilate into the United States. He will never, ever, ever love the United States like Americans can. He will always hate it. He will always be an alien in this country. It doesn't matter if he's a fifth-generation Turk in this country or a first-generation Turk. He will always hate the United States. And just thinking about the country that has given him incredible wealth, opportunity, and access to leftist pussy just makes him so angry and so fragile and volatile that when the dog takes a single step off his bed, he immediately jumps to shocking it. He doesn't even look. That's the thing. He doesn't even look at the dog and make eye contact with it. He just immediately looks over to find the shock collar button and then shocks it, and then only looks back when it yelps because he realizes I've been found out. And he has to make up some cope. Now, what he says after this, by the way, is very interesting.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
He's upset because it's like, oh, everyone heard that.
You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just,
that nervous stammering.
You're making her stressed.
His brain. His brain is currently showing 2 out of 4 lights. He is currently stuck on DRAM because he's trying to figure out a lie. Why did his dog yelp? Why does he need the dog to sit there on the mat? He knows that his entire audience, the entire internet, has seen this happen in real time, and he has to find the perfect excuse for why the dog is behaving so bizarrely without saying that he's shocking it for getting up. But then he says this, watch.
She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
That statement makes no sense, but it was the first thing he could think of to explain away why the dog was behaving weird. What he's saying, and this is like so it's so crazy to think about. He's complaining that his mom spoiled the dog, which doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to him. Because I imagine before, Kaya was much better about never moving because she had, memorized that if she moved at all, she would get electrocuted by the Turk roach monster. But what he's saying is that in the last 2 weeks, he's been out of the house. His mom has been house sitting for him with Kaya. Now, his mom has no reason whatsoever to keep the dog in place on the mat. So while mom was around, Kaya was free to get up, stretch, go get a drink of water, go eat, go poo, could do whatever he wanted or whatever she wanted for 2 weeks straight. And now that Hasan's back, the dog got kind of used to, after 2 weeks, being able to get up and do small things in the room, which it's forced to live in the entire time. So he's complaining that the dog has lost some of its training, its strict adherence to never getting off the mat, and he's complaining that his mom put him in this situation where he is forced to shock the dog to stay as a prop in the back of his assortment of man-child garbage. That's what's actually happening. And that is the only explanation that makes sense, is that he needs the dog to stay on the mat. And why does he do that? I'll tell you why. Many years ago, OkCupid, a dating platform, it got completely rolled by Tinder, but OkCupid did a study about romance and attraction, and found that men that had dogs in their profile pictures did much better than men who had no animals in their profile pictures. And now this has become like common knowledge. So if you're like on a dating app, you'll notice that every man has an animal in their profile picture, because this is like it's just like male lore. To attract women, you have to show that you're capable of not killing animals, because that helps them feel at ease or whatever. Oh, look, he can take care of a dog. He maybe also take care of a child one day. So that dog has a job to him. That dog is to sit there and look cute and make him look more attractive. That is the entire justification for that animal's existence in his home. And he is placed, or she is placed, next to his Free Palestine cola machine, his Hassan Abi street sign, what appears like Red Dead Redemption fan art, the flag of Puerto Rico, or Cuba? That might be Cuba, not Puerto Rico. And look, there's even like a picture that someone had given him of the dog, like a big slobbermutt Kaya monster thing. So he has to keep all this assembled together. But he absolutely, positively cannot have that dog just wander out of frame, because it's a possession. So obviously this upset a great number of people for justifiable reasons. He immediately tried to explain away the dog yelping. So this was his first excuse that he came up with.
Arguments on Thursday.
Oh my
we should
God.
note that new CBS.
Is there like a LSF video or something? Is that why there's like hella people coming in here and screeching? Is that what's going on? Oh, classic. Oh. It started on D, then H3, then LSF is the classic pipeline. I'm gonna die, dude. Yes, I am incredibly abusive to the not only best trained, but also the best behaving and most spoiled dog on the planet. Is from when Kaya yelped. Yeah, she yelped because she clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed.
Okay, I love that lie, because my first reaction when I heard this lie was that you can prove. This is rare. Sometimes you can't prove that people are lying, and you just have to call bullshit with intuition. But watch this. Rewatch this. You ready? This is the exact moment where the dog, you can physically see where the dog yelps, okay? So check this out. Dog puts one paw down. He reaches off screen. And it gets yelped right there, okay? And now you can tell, you can see with your own eyes, that dog has nothing to clip its nail on, has nothing to get stuck on, and it yelped before its paw even touched the mattress. There's no way. But here's the other reason you can know with 100% certainty that he came up with that lie after, when he was panicking, okay? Look at his eyes. He is not looking at the dog. How would he know that the dog clipped a nail getting off onto the mattress when he's not looking at it? He has absolutely no way of knowing that that's what happened, because he's not even looking at the animal. He's looking at the button. He's not even looking at his monitor. He's looking down at the table to find the shock collar button. So there's no way. There's literally no way that he could reasonably come to the conclusion that the dog clipped its nail on something. So then the HASAN Piker stands came out and said this. This is their go-to defense. You ready? She clips her paw. It's very obvious. You are willfully dumber than a dog if you choose to believe this and care more about imagining the suffering of a single animal than millions of Palestinians. Let me be the first to say this. I care more about Kaya the dog than I do every single Palestinian who exists or has ever existed combined. I care more about that dog than every person in the entire Middle East alive right now. I cannot name a single person from Istanbul down to Pretoria, South Africa, all the way to Myanmar, that I give a shit about more than that dog. So this trade me, the Palestinians with their gay-ass watermelon flag crying about this. However, let me point this out, just so we know, just so we're clear. There are people in this thread going, what? You guys are that mad about a dog being shocked? Lamau, moral. Those people, brown. If you see anybody saying, it's just a dog, or anything along those lines, brown. Every one of them, brown. This is the litmus test. Not every brown person is completely inhuman and monstrous towards animals, but a lot of them are, and very few white people feel that way. Many white people, they like dogs more than humans. I think white people have this mentality where it's like children and animals, but especially animals can't do evil. It's not possible for an animal to be evil. It is a collection of impulses and habits and instincts, and that's it. A dog cannot be evil. It can only be a dog. Whereas a human is capable of conceiving evil. It's capable of actually torturing people to get an erection. It's capable of drowning, it's capable of real arbitrary nastiness for dirty, disgusting, perverted, and nepotistic and conniving artificial reasons, right? People get stabbed and lose their life over $40. Dog can't do that. Dog can't do that. Dolphins are evil. Dolphins are just horny. In case you're wondering, the thing about dolphins being evil, they're smart enough. There's a theory. I don't know if they actually prove this, but dolphins will kill porpoises, and they don't know why. Dolphins will go max speed and use their bottlenose snoots to bludgeon porpoises to death. And the prevailing theory as to why dolphins will murder porpoises, because they don't eat the same food, they don't claim the same territory. Porpoises are not aggressive. Their theory is just that porpoises look like ugly dolphins, and so dolphins kill them because they look ugly and they don't like them. So that's their theory. Ducks gang, but that's their instinct. That's their evolutionary pattern for breeding, is like super aggressive stuff. But dolphins will kill porpoises because they don't like them. They just look weird. Base Aryan dolphins. It is literally racism. That's the prevailing. That's like the, oh god, how do I? My understanding of dolphin racism is like a Reddit meme. You know, like how there was that comic about Thomas Edison that basically blood libeled a dead man by saying that he stole the concept of electricity from hardworking brown indigenous folks because of that one oatmeal comic, and now everyone hates Thomas Edison and worships Nikola Tesla because literally just because of that one oatmeal comic, and that's why everyone believes that, and there's no actual like backing investigation to this. Just that one guy made a Reddit meme, and now everyone hates Thomas Edison and loves Nikola Tesla. That's, if you don't know, by the way, that's where that comes from. If you ever hear people shit talking Thomas Edison and worshiping that's why Tesla exists, because that's why Tesla is called Tesla, because the richest man in the world read a comic on Reddit by the oatmeal about how Thomas Edison ripped off Nikola Tesla. No, those are two different comics. There's the comic about how Thomas Edison's literally a dog murderer, and how Nikola Tesla almost created free energy, but the government stopped him. That's why Tesla has like a cult following now, because of these two oatmeal comics. Which source, I made it the Okay, so that's my point was is that I believe that porpoises or dolphins kill porpoises because there was an episode of Bullshit by Penn and Teller, and it went into dolphin racism. And there was an episode about dolphins and how dolphins are bullshit because people think they're like these fanciful creatures. And he caps it off by saying, actually, dolphins are racist and murder porpoises for no reason. So they're kind of shitty animals, actually. He did kill an elephant. Okay. I see we got some Edison haters here. Okay. Don't libel my founding fathers like this. Next. I have some more. Okay, so here's a comic by G Prime, George Alexopoulos, I think is his name. He gets on my nerves, but I like this comic. Kaya, my master is very important. He tells lots of people what's right and wrong. I admire him so much. I'd love to be closer to him. Maybe if I've been good, he can give me a pet. And then Kaya is electrocuted. And she says, I'll stay here until he needs me. Very sad. Very emotionally manipulative. I am emotionally manipulated by this. Here's a much lighter take on this. We have Kaya Chu. HASAN Piker says, go, Kaya, go out and zap to the extreme. And Kaya goes, yep. That's pretty good. We have a contribution by Forbes. HASAN Piker's dog shock collar controversy explained. This is not an edit. This is literally the banner image that Forbes decided to run with for this. We apparently have HASAN Piker playing Raiden, calling down a lightning strike on his dog for daring to step off his mat. Good job, Forbes. Very interesting. This is actually credited by Turbulent Run S408, aka Sully on Reddit. Okay, now HASAN strikes back. He has the collar. Now listen here, you idiots, you H3 snark sub. HASAN Piker is about to explain to you heckin' boys and girls and NBs about his collar. It's not a shock collar. It's a buzzer collar, okay? So don't get it twisted. This is only a buzzer collar. However, the top autists of the Kiwi farms have looked at this model and they've looked at what it can do. The company makes a buzz collar and a shock collar. The buzz collar looks very different. Now you can see in his hand that there are no prongs. However, you can take the prongs off. If the prongs get bent, you can actually just replace them. So they screw out of place. You can just open it and take the prongs off. And then you have a collar that has this boxy shape to it that he claims is the one that he used that is a buzzer collar, but actually it is just a shock collar without the fangs on it. Now we have some more evidence in regards to the collar question, chat. Here we have him talking about owning a shock collar.
My old room.
He's eating in this clip, by the way. I don't know what honest to God, I wish this Turk would get mauled by a dog every time he eats into the mic. If you are a streamer and you eat into the microphone of your paying audience of tens of thousands of people, you have no respect for your audience. This guy thinks his viewers are cattle that exist to give him money and no other purpose. Okay, so trigger warning, he is eating.
May wanted to use a shock collar for Fish and his dogs. For Fish and his dogs barking. I couldn't do it. I have it still. I bought it. They are incredibly effective.
So they are incredibly effective. There's another clip. I don't know if I have this one lined up. This is a clip where he has a guest in his room. Obviously, she's petting the dog because everyone in the room wants to pet the dog because it's the cutest goddamn dog that has ever lived. I want to know what breed this dog is. Now, she's had a little bit of plastic surgery and a little bit of a facelift here because she lives in LA, but she still loves dogs, chat. So she's going to investigate the dog while giving it very thorough scritches, okay?
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Yeah, well, it's here we can.
Now, woman, animal lover by default, wants to investigate this lovely dog. Immediately checks its collar and thinks, the collar is tight. She immediately relays her motherly instincts in regards to this dog's collar to HASAN Piker, who freaks out and tries to loosen it instantly.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think
that collar's on so tight she can't get one bony Skeletor finger through it.
Choking her.
She's like, it's because she has a lot of neck meat.
She has a lot of neck meat is his excuse, which means it doesn't make sense. Like if it's a collar, it just needs to be tight enough to stay on. If it's a buzzer collar, it just has to be on, right? He'll still feel the buzz, or she'll feel the buzz. But if it has a lot of neck meat and it's a shock collar, you got to make sure that there is contact. As we have learned today, chat, If you don't have contact points on your motherboard, it won't turn on. If you don't have contact points to your dog's neck meat, it won't shock the out of it when you press the button on your desk. See, you all thought my technical issues were unrelated to this stream, but we're learning a lot here about fundamentals of electricity, chat, as I abandoned my career to become an electrician in real life. So these are the lessons that we're learning, chat. Okay, so evidence point number 2. Evidence point number 3 that Hasan Piker cannot be trusted with a living creature in his vicinity. We have this very old clip of him with his old dog, which of course I think is a shit bull.
Stay. If you run right now, I'll kill you. Like, I'll actually kill you, okay? In front.
So this is, by the way, this is how brown people relate to animals. They buy the most vicious, murderous beast that they can because it makes them feel like a big man, and then they talk to it about killing it. But that's not all. Check this out.
In front of everyone. Stay. If you run right now, I'll kill you. Like, I'll actually kill you, okay?
Okay, this is it. Ready? Watch.
Come here.
If you don't know, a dog's tail is directly connected to its spine. He is manipulating this dog by yanking on its spinal column. That's not how you handle an animal.
Stay. No, come here.
So that's point number 3. Okay, that's not what I want. There was another thing that, do I have this? No, I showed this already. Okay, I want to say there was another thing that they had shown that kind of proved it was a shock. Oh, there was a clip of him, and it's a woman in his room and a man, and they're talking about the dog, because obviously when you're in that room and the dog is finally free to get the out of its mat and get pet and get attention, it will do so, right? So the woman is petting the dog and is like, oh, it's such a cute dog, and they're talking about how they trained it, and the guy in the room says, oh, you should take it to this guy, he's really good. And he does all sorts of stuff. He'll train it to use the shock collar and stuff. And Hasan nods like, yeah, he's a great guy, and confirms that his training is very good. So there's like this LA brown people dog trainer that just uses a shock collar, which is a crutch. Like if you have to, if you train, like if you have a child and you educate the child on how to do stuff, like take out the trash by just electrocuting it, you're not doing a very good job of parenting. If you have to train your dog by electrocuting it, you're not doing a very good job of training that dog. So this expert brown people dog trainer just shocks the head of animals and then gives you the collar so you don't have to actually establish any kind of relationship with the animal. You can just shock it whenever you want to. Both brown people in the room thought this was a great idea and a great trainer, and recommended it to her. So that was evidence point number 4, that this guy trained the dog Kaya for Hasan by using the shock collar, and he doesn't actually have any relationship with the dog to train it with. He just uses the shock collar instead. So shock collars are illegal in California where he lives. Oh my God, I can't wait for nothing to happen because he's a wine socialist, a champagne socialist. Ain't shit gonna happen there, bro. Nice try. I don't know. Is it against ICE? Can we deport him? Can we denaturalize him for that? I would be for that. We have an animal cruelty law on the federal level, right? Maybe we could charge him with animal crush. Shocking the dog on screen like that was animal crush. So we're gonna deport you. We're gonna charge you with animal crush, and then we're gonna deport you for it. It's worth a shot. Just keep doing this until he gives up and leaves of his own volition. Okay, next. So this video actually is really crazy because it was taken from an alternate dimension of baseness. Sorry, I saw this and I laughed out loud. If you're only listening, it's an AI video where the dog just bites his neck. Okay, now this is the craziest part of the whole story. Obviously, H3 and Hasan have been beefing for a long time. And then when the comics and memes started rolling out, we had this one. So here we have Hasan saying these authoritarian fascist dictators. And then the dog goes, whop, and it says silence and shocks it. Now, this was tweeted out by Hila Klein, but we all know who Hila Klein is. Hila Klein married to H3. No need for introductions on this stream. But what you may not see immediately is that the artist is Sven Stoffels. The artist of this comic is Sven Stoffels, which Hila Klein, who we all know, reposted. And if you don't know who Sven Stoffels is, he's the guy that made this, which is also about Palestine for some reason. If only we could fit in some allegory about electric circuits. Maybe I can. It's this whole Hila retweeting Sven Stoffels. It's like completing a circuit, chat. Ah, we're doing it. We're making it happen. We're forcing these things into reality, chat. It is like a feedback loop. If you listen too hard to the stream, you'll start hearing it repeat infinitely. Okay. I have one more tab. I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. So this is, I think, a news story. Let's see. This is supposedly a heartwarming palate cleanser, chat. I think this is the AP News.
He just takes that dog, but she never takes
Destin Destin mentioned! Destin mentioned!
than 10 or 15 minutes. It's almost an hour now. It's over an hour now.
Okay, do you know what breed the dog is?
The dog's just he's just a 100-pound dog.
Okay.
He's a,
There's the dog. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Where's your mama?
Okay, so just to give context, in Okaloosa County, brother, I've given somebody that this woman, I have fed these people, okay? I have fed these people, and I guarantee it. I guarantee you I fed them. So Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department responds to a call about a missing person, and he says, he went out for a walk or something with his dog. Now, this is what his dog looks like. Lady cop sees the dog, and he's like, the dog. Now, check out, I haven't watched this yet, but this is what happens. I know what happens, chat.
Hi. Hey, where's your mama? Where's your mommy? Hold on, where's your mama?
I probably fed that dog too. People would come in and just order like a bunch of burger patties to feed their dogs with.
Show me. Ma'am? I've got you, ma'am. 322, I've located her. Oh, hey, ma'am, can you tell me what happened? Oh, can you tell me what happened? Are you okay? Oh, 322 SO, can you have EMS en route to the golf course?
So this elderly woman took her dog for a walk, I guess in the evening, and fell. Took a tumble, as the old folks do, especially in Destin, and ended up stranded in a golf course where she would be stuck, undoubtedly, to the next day if somebody, waiting for somebody to do some golfing. Which, who knows? Maybe it would take several days for somebody to do some golfing, depending on the weather. But with her, she had a good relationship with her dog, and when she fell, the dog began to meander about. Upon locating the sheriff's deputy lady, the dog took this police officer directly to her on the golf course where she can call an EMS.
She's laying here on the sidewalk, alert and conscious, but she may have injured herself.
Where were you when found you?
I was in front of that house right there. And then the dog ran up to me. I was right out here.
And the dog brought me over. He wouldn't leave. He kept coming back to me.
He ran up to my car and I said,
Is that
"Bring me
not
to your
even her
mommy," and
dog?
he ran back here.
Because they're just calling it the dog. They're not calling it by name. Is that like a random dog that did this?
He come up to your car.
Good boy.
Sweetheart.
Good boy. Very good boy.
I'm not even his owner. I'm his grandmother.
I can't believe it.
Oh, you're such a good boy. You're so good. You're so good.
In a high
Eeyore,
trust
you're a
society.
good boy. Grandma loves you.
Good boy, Eeyore.
In a high trust society, the golden retrievers will just find white people and reunite them, as is their place as white man's best friend. In low trust societies, we have this, chat. This is what they've taken from you. You might think, oh, well, you know, it doesn't really matter, it's just one Turk roach. No. This is what they've taken for you. The ability to rely on random dogs. Because if you don't know, Destin is one of the richest areas in the entire country. Like, I think there's more millionaires per capita in Destin registered to live there. Because all the millionaires, they buy beach homes that have piers. And they put in, because there's no income tax, they say that they domicile there permanently. So very, very, very wealthy, rich, white area. And so that's what happens in this high trust, rich people society, chat. Okay. All right. That is the dog segment, courtesy of HASAN Piker.